Move on.
Well, let's get a response to how the business community is likely to go and cope with a high inflation and a high interest rate environment. Jenny Lambert from the ACCI joining us here on the program. Jenny, thanks for joining us here. It's great to go and see you. What was your take behind the rate increase? It was expected at some point. Any surprise that it came in May and 25 basis points?
Look, I think business has certainly been seeing that that the RBA was going to move on interest rates a lot earlier than they were predicting even only a few months ago. So I would say that businesses have well and truly factored in an increase in their cost base, but it doesn't make the pain of it any less. Obviously, businesses are not just copping a double and triple whammy; they are absolutely in multiple whammy territory now. I mean, we've got supply costs increases, supply delays, labour and skill shortages, major pressure on the whole supply chain, which is causing major stresses across the whole of the business community, particularly in some industries more than others, but definitely causing pain. Industries like construction with fixed contracts and variable input costs are really feeling the pain. So there's a lot of pain out there. And just hope we can, get through the next few months.
And of course, Jenny, one of the surprises yesterday from the RBA is not waiting for wages data thanks to its liaison program. Surely all your members were saying that wages are on the march already.
Definitely wages are on the march, and we're obviously in the throes of the annual wage case as well, with the Fair Work Commission looking at the minimum award rates over the next few months, and on top of all of that, we've got superannuation increases coming on the 1st of July with a 0.5% increase there, and not only that, people are forgetting that they've actually removed the threshold for superannuation. It used to be $450 a month a worker had to earn before they were entitled to get super. That threshold is gone, so a lot of businesses, catering businesses, event businesses that rely on short-term staff for a few days, they're going to have a 10.5% increase in wages even before what the Fair Work Commission announces. So there's a lot of issues coming up for business in the next few months, and of course not the least of which, on top of that, the uncertainty around the election and what that's going to mean for policy into the future.
How about the smaller members that you go and cater for? Because they've had a very, very tough couple of years in the large part, and now you've got all these cost pressures coming through and the like. How are they coping in the current circumstances?
Well, I think small businesses are very much struggling. I mean, there are obviously some businesses that are doing well, but that doesn't mean that they don't feel the uncertainty coming. I mean, these potential wage increases, we don't know how much the Fair Work Commission is going to increase the wages by, and a lot more small businesses rely on award rates than the larger businesses, so that's going to make a difference. Small businesses, we've got all of those labour and skill shortages, very hard for them to cope, and of course many of the businesses, particularly those tourism and hospitality businesses, are only just coming out of all of the impacts of the restrictions around COVID, and of course COVID is still biting for labour and skill shortages. There's a lot of people off work, either because they're close contacts or because they've had it themselves. So there's a lot of things going on for businesses at the moment. Very complex time for them.
And just a very quick one there, Jenny. How long can this persist? There doesn't appear to be any short-term solutions.
Well, I mean, there's no short-term solutions, and also there's nothing on the horizon from either political party about what the long-term reform game is here. There's so much more can be done in the area of skills reform, taxation. Taxation reform just is not on the agenda at all, and even issues like skills is not given the prominence in this election from either party, as you'd expect. There's a lot more work needs to be done there. So. The next few months and even the next few years, we need to see a much stronger look by whoever's in the next government to what we can do to make businesses' life easier. Because in the end, making business life better is going to mean more jobs and a better outcome for everyone.
Let's hope that is the case for sure, Jenny. Let's keep in touch with how the business community is thinking. Okay. Thank you for joining us today.
My pleasure. Thanks, Annette.